Hello, welcome to Veganika channel. Today we have another debate with Carnivore. We have Polish female sv3rige with us. Her name is Magdalena.
Yeah, hi guys. As Veganika said, I'm Magdalena, I'm Polish.
Yeah, both we are Polish. But today we decided to start with English debate. Why? Because I don't think that the carnivore culture is so much recognizable in Poland. I think it's way more popular on the West. I think in Poland, very few people would realize what it is about, yes?
Yeah, before I actually found the sv3rige channel, actually I haven't knew about this. I never heard about anybody who is eating mainly meat and animal food.
Before we start our debate, I would like to announce the upcoming debates and ask you to subscribe and stay with me because I'm having another debate with Bart K on Sunday, which will probably appear next week. And also another debate, which I'm really looking forward, is a debate with that vegan lawyer about the existence of God. So I think it's the most challenging task for me to prove the existence of God to brilliant atheists. So please stay with me. And today with Magdalena, I think we will focus just on a few topics because Magdalena has made a lot of very weird claims. But today I would like to focus mainly on the slavery because you guys, not only you, also Carnivore Alliance, recently called Milk Tea Alliance, also is, at least in private messages, writing about slavery a lot. And you also use this argument. So I'd like to discuss this with you. But also, I would like to have some very general discussion about veganism because Magdalena has two channels. You have your channel in English, which is actually more popular than your Polish channel, but you also have Polish channel called Veganism to śmierć, which would be translated to English as veganism is death or means death. And you claim there that veganism is death and also that veganism is ugliness. So I would like to discuss this with you. Maybe we can even start from this and then we can move to the slavery, the idea of slavery and why you have used this argument at all. Additionally, I think we will also talk a little bit about camps because you claimed in your last video that I would say German camps. I don't want to use the full name because of censorship. Yes, probably this might be censored, those words. But I'm sure you know what kind of camps we mean.
We will explain.
I think everybody knows. Yes, of course we mean we are talking about camps from the 20th century, from 40s, and okay, we will go to this claim. But let's first get back to your claim that veganism is death and ugliness. So after quitting veganism, because you call yourself ex-vegan, after quitting veganism, you became so beautiful. So you, yes, could you please develop? So you want to say that you were ugly when you were a vegan, and now you are so beautiful because of meat?
I never said that now I'm beautiful because of meat, but I said that on veganism I lost my glow. Like when I watch my pictures from like the years before veganism and later year by year on veganism, I look at myself, I literally like lost kind of my look, like I lost my glow, and the same things I observe also on other vegan girls who are doing veganism for longer. So I've noticed the same kind of look in my face with my like jar, right, and jaw, I'm sorry, and with like this face structure even, that all the girls with years
So
of
even
veganism,
the face structure is being changed.
like even here, I'm sorry, also my English is not perfect, but like a jaw structure, so you can observe it in many vegan females. Then they really they usually lose their glow, even if they used to, some of them used to be obese or chubby before veganism, so now they are happy because they are skinny, or they lost this.
Skinny, so you think I am skinny now because of veganism?
I'm saying about those girls who are, happy because now they don't have this chubby look, and they are like, more, let's say, slim or fit. but in the same time they are losing the beautiful face they used to have before. Like when you will see freely, for example, you will see beautiful
Don't you
women.
think maybe they are losing gradually the young look because they are aging? This has never come to your mind?
I'm not even telling about aging thing like wrinkles, but I'm saying about all structure of the face, like it's changing, it's more narrow, you know,
But
and
have
they
you heard about gravital aging? That means not only wrinkles, but also
are
your
structure
face
of
is
the face.
changing. The shape is changing because of age. It's not only about the wrinkles.
But the vegan face is getting like narrow look. This is what I observe.
Narrow, narrow.
Now, yeah, like the face is like different. It's not this, you know, full face anymore. Like
I am way more full than from before. So I gained actually quite many kilos since I became a
you
vegan.
are still new to veganism, because I can tell you in first year also I saw my face very nice, and I didn't like have this ugly look. I didn't see that time, but I think it happens after more years when you will lose, or when you will use, your body will use the stored before saturated animal fat, and with time it will, you know, it will appear, because we,
So you believe that the fat you are consuming is not at all digested. So you think that the fat you are consuming is just used by your body the way it is. So you think you have pork fat here, not human fat. That's what you believe?
and this is how body works, you know, you need animals and your body is using all the cholesterol and all the nutrients and protein, whatever you can find there, like the
No,
body.
you don't have a pork protein in your body. You have human protein. I guarantee you. Protein you are consuming is being digested. Also, fat is being digested. Okay, it's going to be digested, and then from amino acids, your body is going to build your own human proteins based on your DNA. Or you are also DNA denier, maybe. Because you deny, I think you deny viruses, so maybe you are DNA denier. Are you?
I
Oh,
checked how
yes.
my body works only on plants, and I checked this for 3 years fully. I never touched any animal food because I was really, really kind of passionate about veganism, and I truly believed, and I wanted to see veganism as something, you know,
But I
important.
remember, because I checked that video, in my opinion, you didn't look worse. Actually, I saw more shape in you in that time. But maybe you will present to me your shape right now, yeah? Because I saw some shape in you when you were plant-based. Okay, another thing which was very weird to me, because you said you are cooking, of course, without any fat. So you were avoiding fat. So this was weird. Who told you to avoid fat?
I used to avoid oils. This is what I used to, oils like
Right.
sunflower or cotton oils in this pure form from plants. But I was trying to eat fat from like nuts, seeds, avocado, you know, whatever I checked that this plant has more fat, I was eating this plant. So I was trying to,
So
and I
you
was,
were eating. So after you were eating a lot of
yeah, a lot
fats,
of,
yes?
but I was avoiding these oils, like, you know, from bottle, what you put on the pan. So when I was frying my rice with
Okay.
vegetables and mushrooms and all the seeds inside, I used to put a little bit of water, because I really
But
believe
you
that
know
oils
that
are bad.
you need some oil or some fat to for those fat soluble vitamins to get absorbed. So you must have some oil in such, vegetable dishes.
I realized that, of course, we need fat so much, but this fat which works, it's animal fat, animal saturated fat. It's completely different story.
Mhm.
This
But
is
you know that the more cholesterol you have in your bloodstream, the less you have it in your tissues. And then it's a similar story as with glucose, that the more glucose you have in your bloodstream, the less you have in your tissues, and you may die for starving. You're starving when you have too much blood in your bloodstream. The same with cholesterol. When you have too much cholesterol in your bloodstream, then you're starving. So your tissues cannot get advantage of it.
I want to make one thing clear, coming back to previous things you told about that maybe I looked better or you liked more my shape, but this is not about shape because I don't mind to be chubby. Or the most important for me is to feel good in my body, to make my body doing what I want. So I don't like to be sick. And on plants, I was literally sick from the first week of veganism. But from this moment, even if people around was telling me, you are sick because you stopped eating meat, I was ignoring it and laughing, that they are joking on me, and I didn't listen. But now when I make, when I try to remember all the story, I was sick from the first week on veganism, and it was all the time. When I'm eating this way, I'm not getting sick. I feel different. All my troubles, they disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
It's like different life.
Okay, anyway, I don't want to focus on nutrition aspect because we have some other topics. I would like to start with you. I would like to ask you about your veganism. What were the main forms of your veganism, and what was your, how to say, were your main goals, and what was your program, doctrine?
I went vegan from few reasons, ethical and health reasons, and later on,
That reason is not considered as veganism, yes? Then you may call yourself a plant-based, yes? But
I use both because for me it's the same. This is what vegans want to distinguish, but for me it's the same. I mean, human who eat only plant, yes, some they call vegan.
for me, it's not the same because if my purpose is to limit the suffering in the world, it's completely not the same as care about my health because maybe I'm ready to sacrifice my health for this. So making health the goal and being able to sacrifice your health is quite of opposite things, yes? So anyway, please tell me about your forms of veganism.
My forms of veganism.
Yes.
I eliminated all animal food from my diet, from my life. I decided to not wear any animals on my body, no clothes.
Mm-hmm.
And I started to convince other people to go vegan around me, social media, in real life. I,
Okay, so you were active.
I was too much, too many people went vegan because of me.
Oh, really?
Now they don't want to
That's
go back.
fantastic. Oh, that's something new for me, new information.
This
Do
is the
you
most,
know, do you have any information whether they are still vegans?
unfortunately, they are still vegans.
They are. Wow.
Yes.
So that's
Yes.
fantastic. That's
Not,
first
not,
positive
not
thing about you, I hear.
everybody, but the people like close to me that I know, I see they are like losing also their health. So I say unfortunately because I already can say what's going on. But yeah, I'm the biggest regret of my life. It's like, when you stop being vegan, because when you are inside, you cannot see this. But when you will stop being vegan, I have a trauma after, for real. And I know many other people, and they say the trauma will stay with you for years when you will realize what veganism really is. You can see when you are inside. So I know both
Yeah,
sides.
I know. For you define it as slavery, as death, and ugliness. Yes, that's.
I say this is diet that this is for slaves. They used to
Oh,
be.
yes, we will go to it.
That's why it's not slavery, but it's
Yes, we will go to it. It's very, very important and fascinating claim. But anyway, please explain to me, where does this very exotic claim come from that you are gonna lose your weight on veganism? It's actually quite ridiculous.
I didn't go vegan for losing weight because I wasn't
Yeah, I
never.
know that this was not your goal, but you said this like a kind of an obvious result, obvious thing that you are gonna lose. Like you said that all vegans are
No,
becoming, skinny and their face is becoming narrow. In my case, it's quite the opposite. Also, my son gained some kilos. But the good thing is, although we have gained kilos, we feel lighter. So, for example, although my son, in fact, gained some kilos, when he goes for jogging, he feels lighter, as if he lost 10 kilos. Like he never gets tired. This condition is really better. So, yeah, this is something we can confirm.
not everybody gets skinny, and it's changing. In the beginning, you can lose weight. Later, you will get also. my face later in the end stage of veganism was very, very fluffy, was really, really, I've never seen face like this before, like swollen face. So it's not like, I know vegans who are really obese and a lot, and I was
Yes,
always
of
shocked.
course. I don't see the reason why not, because who said that? But first of all, veganism doesn't define the proportion of protein to carbohydrates and to fat. So you while being vegan, you can have both. You can have, for example, high protein diet. Your diet can be high fat. You can have a keto diet as vegan. You can also have high carbohydrate diet. So veganism doesn't define the proportions of macronutrients. Yes.
But
It's up to you.
you will notice that vegans play with food. So in the beginning, they go normal vegan cooked plant-based food, and later they change. They go sometimes raw. They go fruitarian.
But are they still vegan? Are they still vegan? Because,
But
well,
why?
what is the advantage for animals that you stop cooking the food? I think they are losing more because you stop buying vegan products.
They are
So you
doing
are
it.
half a vegan then.
They are doing it because this veganists, they realize it doesn't work, but they want to be still vegan for ethical reasons, and they still believe this ideology is all right. So
But
they
it's much more difficult to balance your diet when you exclude half of your food. So it's not getting easier, it's getting way more complicated. You are excluding. So from now on, it's going to be more complicated. Then you really need to start calculating.
they don't go raw vegan or fruitarian because they are changing, but because they are searching, because they feel ill already on veganism, and they are searching more. Then they find, other people, other guru vegan, they say you eat only raw plants or only fruit, because they cannot, because body is starving on plants and always searching for nutrients. So every person will be different on veganism, but for sure not healthy. Never fully healthy, no way.
Okay,
And
I know many vegans. You know that even my last interview was with a vegan who went vegan in 1979. So he's been vegan for more than 40 years and he has no problems. Actually, there are lots of vegans who has been vegan for many, many years or their whole life. And this is not that difficult, but it's not what we are going to discuss today. Maybe we will discuss this topic in Polish.
many times they claim they are vegans, but many vegans, they eat eggs. And because I traveled many countries as a vegan, I met a lot of people. I used to be a vegan head chef in Israeli hostel. I used to met a lot of activists, and yeah, it's. I can say I never see healthy vegan, and many times I see they eat eggs still. So
I think even if someone is cheating and once a while he has a egg, it doesn't really provide much to him. So, for example, in my case, like I told you, I've been vegan just for 1.5 years only, but I have never in my life eaten meat often. So never ever in my life meat was any important source of nutrients for me. I ate meat occasionally also before, so it was never important source, and I never had any serious problem. I had one problem with constipations, and this problem is gone since I went vegan. So actually I rather have profits, health profits from becoming vegan, although this was not my goal. I don't care.
okay, you never tried the fully meat diet, so you don't know the feeling. I have comparison on veganism or omni. I tried so many ways, and now I know because I do this raw meat diet. I eat nothing but raw meat. So I understand the difference, and the constipation will come maybe later because it needs time. And I'm telling you, first 1 year, 2 years, it's really nothing. In my perspective, I remember I wasn't constipated also, but in the third year, I started to have problems. I was getting bloated also. So it's this egg, what you say is nothing. Eggs are very, very big source of nutrition. So
But don't
there's not,
exaggerate. In a scale of a whole day, it's not that important.
they
If
are,
it's,
for me,
as far as I remember, 7 grams of protein, not that much. If guys are taking like eating 100 grams, so what is an egg? It's not that much, not that important.
okay, I can eat in 1 day 15 eggs. And for example, today only I had like 7 raw eggs. almost 1 kilogram of meat, raw meat, liver, many things. So I feel much more happy also when I
Okay.
eat fully.
Let's go to the topic of your claim about slavery. You claim that veganism is the diet of slaves, yes?
Of prisons also, yes.
Prisoners, yes?
Yes, prison diet, yeah.
They don't serve vegan diet
I
in
was I,
prisons.
I was arrested once in my life, so I know what I was getting.
You were arrested, huh? Me, no?
I was jailed for 4 days, and I
Uh,
know.
where?
So
In what country?
I don't want to say, but I know a lot of people.
Probably in some exotic country. I
I,
don't think in European country this would
they
happen.
they give meat, but mainly plants. They will give you mainly plants. They will give you meat, of course, because they know you're gonna die slowly, slowly. If you don't eat also meat, you will be more angry. Then prisoners will be more difficult to manage because this is your body will ask for this for sure. The body wants meat, obviously, especially if someone is not brainwashed.
How would you define slavery? How do
Slavery.
you define? Because you're using this word. How do you define it?
To be dependent on someone fully without having,
Dependent.
yes,
Dependent. So I think a child is dependent. Is a
without
child a slave?
slavery, someone
So
who,
is a child a slave of his parent?
no, but the parent, why you are asking like this? I mean,
Because we must know what we are talking about.
yeah,
Because first we need to define slavery, so then we can check whether veganism is slavery. So I will
I,
tell you what is my definition of slavery, but first I want to hear yours.
I never said that veganism is slavery. I said this is diet for slaves.
You made more claims. For example, that in camps, we already explained what kind of camps we will be talking about, that they used vegan diet to enslave prisoners.
Of
This is
course,
what you said.
when you will see, for example, there was action, it was called T4 of eugenics, and I checked what they was doing to people to kill the people who was born deformed or with some illnesses, eugenics. So when you will see part of this action, they was even feeding people only raw vegetables. Of course, not such a big range like we have now in supermarkets, but vegetable is vegetable, plant is plant anyway. And they was after few like 3 4 months, the people like was completely like maybe a little bit alive, but like the body destroyed.
Mhm. But I still want you to define slavery. Doesn't matter that you are using this word as a verb, um, for example, enslave. But I want still original definition of slavery.
I never was thinking about definition. I see someone who is doing for someone something against his will.
Oh, okay. This is good definition. Because slavery is not that you cannot execute your own will, because this is like reality, this is limitation. So this is reality, and this is where the economy comes to existence. Yeah, economy is about dealing the ways how to deal with limitations. So this is not about limits in executing your own will. So we would rather define slavery as being forced to do things against your will. Would you agree on this?
Yeah, this is something against your will, but this,
Against your will, exactly. So to say whether somebody's diet is a slave diet, whether before you call somebody a slave, what you first need to do? First, you need to know his will. Do you agree?
yes, but I defined it because from history that I know, they used to put to people who was real slaves, like with the chain on their neck, doing a job somewhere for, really poor people, slaves, like people who was
We shouldn't talk about such things that poor people were eating vegetables. Also, rich people are eating vegetables. So no, no, no. Please come to the earth and let's talk about reality, about contemporary world. So to because you are trying to suggest us contemporary vegans that we are slaves, that this is a diet for slaves. So
yeah,
first you must ask them about the will. Do you want to know my will? Do you want to know my will? What is my will?
Tell me.
Should I express my will?
If you want, you're welcome, please.
Okay. My will is never ever any innocent being to be tortured and murdered. This is my will. I have even stronger will than more of the vegans have. When I joined a pro-animal organization originally, before I started acting as independent YouTuber, first I joined one organization. So I was explained that we are fighting for future animals. I was explained that we have no chance to help currently being killed animals, or not even next year's being killed animals, that we are basically fighting for next generation, that maybe we won't even see any huge changes in our generation, but we are fighting rather for future. So we fight for future animals. So my will is more than that, because my will is never to let being forgotten even a single chicken which has been already murdered in past ever. So my will is to find each single chicken, pig and cow and goat being murdered ever. So my will is not about my current life. I have more will. I have plans also what I'm going to do in my afterlife. Yeah. So my will is very strong. So this is my will. So this is my will. Now you know my will. Yes. I want to fight for each single chicken, pig, and so on. Every innocent being.
What about
So
wild animals? What about
sorry?
wild animals?
Mm,
Because you speak only about farm animals.
yes, okay, yes, I'm also sensitive about that. I'm sensitive about any kind of suffering, but in fact, I'm focusing on those which are suffering harm from
But
humans. Yes, I'm
but
focusing.
food, but to grow
Yes, I
vegan
know you
food.
want to change your topic. Know you want to change topic. We may go to this topic, maybe not necessarily today, because I want us to finish the topic of slavery. Please let me continue. So, do you think I would act as a free person or as a slave? If you know my will is to protect each single animal ever, from the future, but also from the past. This is my will. And would I act as a free person if I ate them? So then I would show I'm a free person. Now I'm eating ham, or I'm eating, I don't know, chicken. Would I act as a free person or as a slave? Would I do according my will or against my will?
No, but you have this will because of kind of propaganda you met.
Propaganda.
So you
So
would
you
never have.
think I am soulless machine, empty in my head? You think I don't have my own feelings and
Why you were vegan? Why you have these ideas? Because veganism found you. You didn't search for it. It found.
yes, so my first idea was when I was 5 years old, and we had communists in Poland. We had no internet. Maybe TV was already starting. We have our first TV was black and white, and there was just one program. There was nobody has ever heard of veganism, and I was already suffering because the pig was being killed. I described that experience in my last video with Roger Yates.
But
No vegan propaganda.
eat anyway, right? You used to eat eggs. You used to eat animal food anyway. The agenda is strong
Yes,
now.
because I was brainwashed by agenda,
Now
by
it's
meat
agenda.
industry agenda. People, I was for people explain me the life is brutal and I cannot do anything for those innocent animals. I have always hated this
They
since
are
I,
changing food pyramid since 1950s. So they started to change food pyramid, and I don't know how old are you, but I bet
I give a shit about
7,
food
8.
pyramid. We are talking about will and about freedom right now and about slavery.
What your will came from somewhere. You understand? It's not your pure will. You will never have this will living in nature because you have to eat what you're gonna find in nature. How you make a will?
Okay, this is a moment. This is a fascinating moment right now. I have to eat something. You are talking to me about pyramids. So, don't you think I am in this case? If you're trying to impose the idea that I need desperately, I need meat. So look, what amazing a victory over spirit, over body you may see here. Isn't this an act, the ultimate act of freedom? So my body is starving and is screaming, give me some meat, I need meat to survive. But I say, fucking shut up. My will is never harm. My will is to protect. So this is my spirit. Don't you think it's a victory of my spirit over this? You say that my body needs
You will change your mind when your cholesterol level will drop down.
and so you think one day I will become a slave of my body, yes?
Then this will be the moment the vegans will quit, because I will tell you that many vegans in the end of veganism, they reported feeling that something is coming out, like your instinct is speaking out, and you start to look at animals around you and things around you different way, like you are not the same person. So this is the moment when your cholesterol will drop down zero.
Why? But anyway, why should my cholesterol should drop
because,
down? It's
because you
crazy.
because you don't provide cholesterol anymore.
First of all, why
Honest,
don't I provide? Of course, I do provide. First of all, I do provide probably more than I need. For sure, I provide more than I need. Second of
where,
all, our bodies are
from where?
producing cholesterol. Yes.
From where you are delivering cholesterol to your body? Maybe you eat eggs, but from
Not
where?
eggs. I eat a lot of various kinds of fat. So you have a lot of cholesterol in plant foods.
Cholesterol doesn't exist in plants, so you don't eat cholesterol. And it's very
My
important.
mom eats zero cholesterol, and she has too much cholesterol because our liver is producing too much of that. So it's never the problem. But you need to provide the fats. Definitely, you need to provide fats.
When you don't eat animal and you eat only fats, the body will converting the sugar in your body, and then you will get this bad cholesterol high also. On plant-based diet, you will get bad cholesterol high. That's why it's you will see with time. The only one way you can experience on yourself. I was vegan. I didn't want to listen to anybody, so I know how it is.
Even if it was your way, the way you say, my body is suffering because of the lack of cholesterol, but my will is not to harm. So I'm not gonna follow my body's needs. I'm not the slave of my body. Don't you think this is a victory of my will? Am I more free person?
I mean, you can of course control yourself with mind, but the instinct will be stronger because you cannot break nature that is
Okay,
inside
so if
you.
I can, then I am ultimately free person, yes? So maybe you should go and spread some rumor that there is a woman in Poland who doesn't eat meat and she can survive. And this is amazing because my brain is still working, as you can see. But according to carnivores, brain stops working, yes? But
After time, yes,
yes?
of course.
Okay, so I hope you will do some
The brain,
rumor about
the brain
me,
is
spread,
shrinking,
so there
the
is a
brain,
person.
the brain is shrinking for real, and the damage you are doing, you will never reverse, but you will see after. Because the people quit veganism after 25 years also.
I see. You know, the guy I was having a debate recently who's been vegan for more than 40 years, I see he's still brilliant and his brain is definitely working. I think he's brilliant.
Well,
And but anyway, if you make this claim, this is a very good opportunity for me because, like I said, I'm going to have a debate on the existence of God. And if you really provide me very strong evidence that brain cannot operate without animal fat or animal food, then you may provide to me fantastic argument that which I really need, that consciousness doesn't come from brains. So maybe I will be very successful in my future debates with atheists. Please provide me with some very strong evidence.
and first of all, human brain is made up mainly from animals' fat. So if you don't eat this fat, the body.
I read that it's made mainly of DHA, of omega-3 mainly.
Uh,
It's not saturated, definitely not
when,
saturated. That's what I read about the brains.
there is never a situation that your body is not eating. And when you are not eating meat from outside, your body is eating from it yourself. Your body is taking now nutrients also from your brain.
Okay, so do you
Has to
claim,
do.
is your claim that you have saturated fats in your brains?
Made from
Because
fat.
I read that it's mainly omega-3.
I see many times brain because I eat brains. I eat raw brains. It's part of my diet. I see they are made out of fat.
Yeah, fat, but what kind of fat? Because definitely I read it, it's omega-3, and I think those sources where I read it were rather reliable.
This is animal, right? When I keep this brain,
Animal, but it's mainly omega-3. It's not saturated fat.
so when
Omega-3, like, you have in flaxseed.
the problem is many vegans they study only on vegan websites, all this
No,
plant-based
no,
oil.
not only, just any website. Check what brain is made of.
You know,
Check
to
the
see what,
chemicals in brains and structure of brains.
to see what is your natural diet, you have to observe humans and animals in nature, and you should follow. This is simple way, and people in nature they don't eat vegetables because vegetables are.
They do eat vegetables. Depends in which climate zone they live.
They don't exist in nature. These vegetables, you will never find them in nature. When you will now, they will. Let's say they
You
will make
find lots of
local.
plants in nature. Anyway, you change the topic because we were talking about slavery.
Yeah, so let me
So,
explain because
so would you call me a slave or a free person?
no, I'm telling you, you have a diet that slaves used to be fit with this diet, who used to be fed.
Mm? I don't care. Slavery means acting against your will. And I explained you my will.
All right, but I'm not telling that now you are this literally slave, but you are eating this way, and these people, why
I don't care. I don't care.
they used to eat like this, not from their choice. They used to be pushed, and always when they had opportunity, they
But
always.
you want to push me to eat meat, so you are doing the opposite. Okay, so what is your will? So
I
let's
don't,
see whether you live according to your will or against your will. What
my
is your
will,
will?
I want to see strong people around. I want to see beautiful women. I want to see strong men, big families, and healthy children, and a lot of animals and beautiful nature. This is what I want to see. And I want to see everybody having normal life, not this, consumption, consumption life, let's say. I know veganism, it's opposite, right? It's to destroy nature. And when you say your will,
You think my will is to destroy nature?
because of veganism, you will never see animal.
I see animals. You can even hear them. They are quite
Wow,
noisy.
but when the vegan agenda will come, they will not let you to keep these animals anymore in your house. Forget you will have a dog. They will never let you this. This is agenda. You will not
There
see.
is no agenda, vegan agenda. This is another topic. I wish there was a vegan agenda. I wish.
Part of agenda 2030.
Unfortunately, there is none. There
This
is
is
very, very strong, but I wouldn't use the word agenda. I would say there is capitalism and there is the strength, the power of money and economical position. And meat industries is one of the strongest industries in the world. So they have very strong power, political power. You could have observed it recently in Poland,
I see the biggest companies are
how
transparent.
they affect the law.
The biggest companies like Nestle, Kellogg, Coca-Cola, and all these concerns are about plant products. They are not about meat products at all. The biggest guys, and
Nestle
also,
is not about meat products, so I thought they are producing powder milk.
yeah, powder milk is fake, it's trash, yes, because it's not
So
real.
it's not made of milk, cow
They
milk. It's not
make
cow,
it's processed, the only one milk we should drink is raw or fermented, but not.
but it is made of. They use cows. Yes.
They want you to buy from their milk, not from the farmer straight. So they will give you this powder and they will tell you this powder is, you don't have to lose your time and blah, blah, blah. They put some artificial. And in this powder, you will see grains. They put also grains inside.
Also, yeah. They, of course, they make, but mainly, but you will never call Nestle vegan company.
They
Definitely
are,
not.
they are focused on plants. And when you will see logo of United Nations, there's flat earth surrounded by grain.
I hope we are not going to flat earth discussion today. There are too many topics. I wanted to focus us on slavery, freedom, and also I wanted to discuss the camps idea. Okay.
Right, but I want to finish why I speak about this agenda. When you will see also old Soviet Union logo, you will see Earth map, that time globe, but I want to be in details what is there. And it's also surrounded by grain. So they want to cover Earth with, you know, grain fields. And
if they wanted, they would do this. Why didn't they?
they are doing it.
Why they support animal agriculture so much? You know, why do I need to pay 4 times more for my plant milk and you need to pay for cow milk?
Have you ever seen any carnivore propaganda apart from people
Yes, constantly, all the time. All the
apart,
time they're trying to sell you milk. All the time they're trying to sell you meat.
you see
Constantly, I see.
you
And
see
not only that, you see a lot of advertising, and not only you see the propaganda, you see it in your tax system, in political system. They are subsidized. There are subsidies for, you know, for animal agriculture a lot. Of course, why the milk is so cheap? Because
now
of this.
change. Everything is changing now. You can see last days
Not yet.
even
Not
they want
yet.
they want to put tax on meat, not on vegetables, not on
But they
sugar.
don't.
They
Yes,
did.
they should, because you
I
know
follow
of this actual
everywhere.
current crisis, but they don't.
I
Because
follow
why?
everywhere.
Because the animal, you know, the meat in lobby is so strong.
I never see you
They
haven't
are
chosen your
cowards to
lifestyle.
fight with the meat industry,
You
although they
haven't
should.
you haven't chosen your lifestyle. This lifestyle, you will not see choice that people go to. They see go carnivore, go vegan, go paleo, go keto. The only one agenda you will see it's vegan agenda, and it's strong.
But I don't see.
But
And
I see,
you are
and
a liar if you say there is in Poland animal vegan agenda. If there was any vegan agenda, why there are no vegan products in the shops? And
like
if
my
any, why is it many times more expensive than, you know, animal-based product?
you're not speaking truth, because my friends in Poland, they report that on the shelves you will see more and more vegan fake meat. You will see more pate
In very
vegan.
few shops, only in the centers of the biggest cities.
And also all this German like Lidl, Aldi, and all this, they promote also plant-based diet. You will see they are.
They're very, 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 very
And
poor. Few
moreover,
products in the Lidl,
and
like
vegan.
maybe dumplings, one kind of dumplings, and maybe 2 kinds of bread spread, not more. It's very poor offer.
I
So
vegan,
there
and
is vegan propaganda in Poland.
it's very big, and also vegan activists, they promote even this German and this Western companies to go shopping there. They don't.
Especially in Poland, I am probably the you know, the most vegan channel in Poland with
Yeah,
1,400 subscribers.
I observe many of them. As I used to be a vegan, so I still follow them, you know, because I have them somewhere subscribed from the past.
So
So
why I don't notice them?
you know, when you are inside of veganism, you don't want to see, because you want to see veganism in good light. You don't want to see it in bad light.
No. I say why I don't see strong vegan channels in Poland. For example, we had, you know, what kind of a battle we had recently about the ban on, for example, fur industry. I was like almost the only one who was talking about it.
I don't say about channels. The agenda is not on vegan YouTubers.
Yeah, because I meant propaganda, because you don't see it on TV, so you don't see it on YouTube. So you mean Facebook, yes? Maybe Facebook. I'm not on Facebook, so I don't know. Maybe yeah, there is maybe more.
A
uh,
lot, a lot. You will not believe.
Maybe on Facebook, yes. Maybe.
I see it popping out so many vegan, you know, advertising. I'm shocked because last month it confirms that all the virus thing is about veganism. This is how they push now so much.
Please write to us, write in the comments whether you want us to continue this conversation, because maybe another day we can discuss whether there is any vegan propaganda, especially in Poland, or not, and some other topics you rose during our conversation, because I really wanted to finish this topic of slavery. And you said that because your claim was very, very weird to me, that Germans used vegan diet as a form or in order to enslave prisoners. So don't you think they used fences and weapons and armed soldiers and guards for this? For, you know,
No,
you
but
think that vegan diet was the way to enslave prisoners?
The people who are on plant-based diet, vegan diets, they are getting hazy kind of. I mean, they will not be a fighters. You don't have
You think
inside.
so? So you are a bigger fighter than me, you think, yes?
I don't let people easy to tell me to you put this or you do this. I don't follow anything. I'm not afraid also of
Okay,
anything.
so you're stubborn. That means you're stubborn. That doesn't mean you
I,
are a bigger fighter.
I wasn't like this before. Now I feel stronger. My brain works better, and I know I can face more troubles. I'm not like before. I run away or
Hmm.
I I say no when I want more, and that's
So
why they know.
maybe you became more assertive.
Yes, for sure.
And also, there is also another topic that, of course, meat is a strong stimulant. So you are stimulated. You cause yourself. Do you know that meat is causing, for example, obsessive. Jak to się nazywa? Obsessive compulsive disorder, but also bipolar. Jak to się mówi? Bipolar. Tam się mówi disorder, czy jak to się mówi? Też bipolar disorder. Basically, you are causing the mania in yourself. Yes, you are in state of mania. It's not that you are more fighter. No, you are causing mania because basically, yes, you can easily cause bipolar disorder, which is those are two states of mania and then depression. So you are because this is very strong stimulant, yes. So there are many mental problems caused by meat, by excessive consumption of meat. So in my opinion, as I'm watching your activity online, the meat is causing the state of mania or obsession in you, because I thought you were obsessed about me according to the number of comments you are leaving on my channel or on other channels where I appeared. So I thought maybe it's about me, but then I see that you are also commenting on many other vegans. So I thought, Jesus Christ, this girl has a very unique power to stretch her time. How come that somebody may be so much active in many different channels? I saw also many comments on Carnivore Alliance and New Milk Tea Alliance channel. So you have, I think you are, yeah, meat is causing mania in you.
But I was vegan for 3 years before, and I can tell you when you will stop, you will feel hungry after not eating for 3 years. It will become maybe your
I
obsession.
eat.
About the slavery, I want to say,
Yeah, about slavery. Yes, yes,
because
please.
what I want to say that people in these camps, people in the prisons, people in the, let's say, working for someone as a slave for real in the past, in the Middle Ages, whatever, these people was pushed to eat plants. They didn't choose, and always when they had opportunity, they were searching to find animal. So they also, when you will see the research the people made during war in these camps, they realized that people who don't eat meat, it's a so-called hunger disease. This is like long starvation, but you are eating, so you're not gonna die because you are consuming still, right? So, but
Don't you think that they were served just poor, just the cheapest products available or possible? Those, I mean, in camps, because actually I checked after your claim. I checked how they were fed, and so your claim is not correct. They were fed with meat as well, so they had a kind of mixed diet, and the problem is that they received very few calories. So for example, at the beginning, when they were mostly used as labor, and they were supposed to build, because they built all those camps, so that where they were, when they were working for 12 hours a day, they were receiving 1,300 calories per day, and there was meat included. There was
right, maybe cheese or like maybe
no,
it's
no
like
cheese. I checked what exactly was the menu. So they were receiving, they were receiving sausages. They were receiving some pasztetowa, which is
oh, this is
mainly from liver, and some skins, and some parts of animals. So they were receiving.
But highly processed meat, it's trash also, like this. Because many times the sausage with plants mixed also.
But no, they were receiving ordinary sausage. The problem was that they were receiving too few calories. So in the beginning, they were receiving 1,300 calories, but after they already built those camps, so they didn't need the power anymore. So they were receiving 800 up to 1,000 calories per day. And in the end, when they rescued the last prisoners, so for example, a woman of medium height, for example, with a height of 160, her weight was 25 kilos. So do you think the average height woman weighed 25 kilos because of veganism or because of restrictions of calories, because of no food? Do you think I weighed 25 kilos?
Of course, if she will get more plants, she will be longer, better, for sure, because bigger amounts, but still, give me the name of the plant that human can digest. Name one plant, first of all. And second of all, plants don't have more than 15 nutrients. So how many, even if she will be eating 10 kilograms of plants, she will not find.
She will never be like me, for example, yes? She will always be maximum 30 kilos, yes?
Depends what plant-based diet is exactly, but anyway, the plants, they don't have essential nutrients, so you
But
can
anyway,
be.
your claim was false that they were receiving a vegan diet because they were not receiving vegan dishes. First of all, so this was a lie because they were receiving meat. Second, this was not the tool to enslave them because they had other tools like machine guns and other tools they had.
Why they used to give them this meat? Why do you think? Why they used to give them a little bit still? Why they didn't go them full plant-based? Why?
Because this was like typical food available in Poland. This is what people, this was cheap. They were giving him mainly cheap food. So even right now, if you want to feed somebody very cheap food, that you will give him, chicken is probably the cheapest food available in Poland. Yeah. So probably also in that time it was so cheap. So of course they were given. But also you may have mentioned what you didn't, that they were also making tests on prisoners. And there was one interesting test made on prisoners. They divided them into 3 groups. So one group was fed with very low percentage of protein. There was another group of prisoners who were fed like typical diet, like mixed meat, like sausages and, but of course low in calories. And there was a third group. They made a very interesting experiment. In fact, they were feeding them with yeast. They even produced a sausage of mold proteins. And do you know that that third group survived, and the 2 other groups of people who were receiving almost no proteins, and the group where they had like mixed diet with including meat, they had very high death rate. Only the lowest death rate was in a group who was fed with yeast. So of course that's just as something interesting information. Yes, we cannot take it very seriously because but something interesting.
Anyway, I know they used to, even if it's not 100% plant-based, they used to give mostly bread, grains. This is the main mold base.
Mainly they were giving them too few calories as for people to survive.
Okay, but you will see after a long time, vegans, they have this sunken eyes and they get this look from these people. You understand? And no one of them was on carnivore diet. It's far away. It's mostly plant-based diet. With little meat, this is such a difference. And processed meat, it's something completely different than raw meat like this.
Can you show your biceps or biceps? I don't know.
I don't go to the gym. I don't train. I don't do the things. The only thing I go is swimming from time to time in the sea, but I don't have biceps. I'm not like, I'm getting better, but I feel my body, especially legs, I have better legs. And this part of body, it's my stronger.
Show your legs then.
I feel like they are, you know, getting like more and more stronger. Like this is all this body parts, like what women like to have. Also, you know, like boot. It's better for me. I feel difference. I don't like to be skinny or something, but I don't go to the gym. I don't like to make myself tired without reason.
All right. I think it's been already long. Our conversation may be enough for one day and for one debate, for one video.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you very much for your participation in our conversation, and thank you guys for your attention. I hope to see you soon again on the channel, and maybe we have another conversation. Maybe we have also a conversation in Polish. Please leave us comments.
Yeah, I would like to say thank you. It's a big pleasure to talk with you, and I would like to repeat if you like.
Yeah.
Feel free to contact me again.
Okay.
Schedule.
Okay. Thank you very much, and see you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.